Hello, and thank you everybody for joining my presentation about the sports industry token. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the sports industry, but also about our token from Unit. We at Unit ecosystem, we have like 50 industries and 50 city tokens. And for this industry tokens, we would like to build up the global economic around tokens. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more in the next slides. So first of all, let's go to the importance of sports. Here you see a list about the. Hold on one second. Pardon me. So the importance of sports. Here you see like a list of 15 reasons why it makes sense to do sport, starting from improved cardio, going down to a reduced blood pressure, and also like improved mental health, which all sums up to a prolonged life. Also, you have some side effects like happiness, and you can build up interpersonal relationships very easy. However, it's also worth mentioning that it's not free of risks. So 3 days ago, I actually went out for an inline skate session and also sprained my own ankle. Still recovering from it, but as soon as I'm recovered, I'm going to hop on my inline skates again, because these positive reasons outweigh the risk of getting accidents for sure. But also sport is very important when it comes to social justice and changes in the community. So for example, I have like here some examples. For example, John Carlos and Tommy Smith in 1968, who were wearing like black socks and black gloves at the award ceremony, protesting a little bit, protesting for the black discrimination in America. Another example would be Billie Jean King in 1971, who was the first prominent American athlete who openly admits having a gay relationship. Also, she was an activist for homosexual rights, but also for equal gender rights. And last but not least, we have Sebastian Vettel, who just recently protested on the Hungarian Grand Prix award, at the award ceremony, wearing a T-shirt, same love, and also here protesting for equal gender rights. So, and why do I tell you all this? Also, we at Unit, we would like to drive some social changes a little bit in a different way, but also within society, building up a more inclusive, fair economy. So let me show you the topics for today. So first, I'm going to explain you a little bit who we are. Then I'm going to give you some interesting facts about the sports industry. And I'm going to tell you what makes Unit unique, and more about our goals, how are we planning to achieve them, and what's in it for you. So we at Unit, we try to bring together investors, entrepreneurs, and clients together on our Unit marketplace, and together to build up a more inclusive and fair economy. Our team comes from a broad range of industry, and together we try to create the positive change we want to see in the world. We are the ones we have been waiting for. Now I'm going to give you a little bit overview about the sports industry. I'm going to talk first a little bit about the impact of COVID, then how the market is segmented and the size of the market. I'm going to tell you some of interesting sport trends, and also how the blockchain technology will have an impact on the sports industry. So first of all, as you can see, the sports industry declined by 15% from 2019 to 2020, but it is also expected to reach up to 600 billion in 2025 and 826 billion by 2030, which is quite some expected recovery. When you look at the market segments, you can see that it's mostly split up in two segments. We have the spectator sport and the participatory sport. Spectator sport is like everything where you have some spectators or watchers, like you can see in the TV, professional sports. And participatory sport on the other side is like more recreational, what you do in your leisure time. However, it is worth mentioning that most of the sports are actually both. For example, golfing or football or basketball, you can do it either in your leisure time, but also like within the spectator sport. And I just told you that the market went down like by 15% from 2019 to 2020. And here we can see that the market is already going up by 22% for the spectator sport and 10% for the participatory sport. Here you find some numbers about sport-related industry. So for me, also very interesting was to see that betting is actually the biggest market, like sports betting, followed by apparel, fitness, sponsorship, tickets, media rights, and merchandising. Here you can see like the top 20 key players in their field. Very famous are actually FanDuel and DraftKings in this market. For the sports brands, you know for sure like Nike, Adidas, Puma. No surprise. The fitness clubs I didn't know so much, but it's very interesting to see. And here it doesn't surprise you to see like also other big sponsors, Red Bull and Coca-Cola in these segments. When we look at the sports industry trends, I found this very interesting survey from the PricewaterhouseCoopers, which make like a survey with thousands of participants in the sports industry. And here you could see like that the average growth in the last 3 to 5 years was around 8%. And the expected growth for the next 3 to 5 years is around 3.3%. Most interesting about the study is that you see that esports is on the top one of the most potential growth revenues, which is probably also on the one side due to the lockdown, but on the other side also due to the involving technology around esports, making it more interesting, we could say, and also the adoption of the fan base, of course. Here you can see the geographical growth of this revenue expectations. So where we can see like in Europe, Australia, and in South America, a huge decline. We can also see that in Asia and Middle East, even Africa is doing pretty well. This is also, or is expected to doing pretty well. This is like prognosis. And this is also due to mainly to government support. Within the industries, we don't see like any highlights of having any bigger changes. They're all expected to have a stagnating growth in some way. Now we come to a very interesting slide, and here we see like the top fields, how blockchain would change the sports industry in many ways. For example, one problem are a lot of infringements on content rights and also fraud by reselling tickets. So I'm not sure if you experienced it, but I, for example, once bought a ticket on a secondary market. And as soon as I wanted to use the guy on the entrance told me, well, it's already been used. So this is very annoying, but with blockchain, you can solve this problem very easily by identify the owner rights. Also, very interesting is, as you already seen, that sports betting is one of the biggest, or actually the biggest revenue market in the sports industry. But still, you lack a lot of transparency, and you always have a middleman involved. However, the blockchain technology enables a peer-to-peer betting system with more transparency and much lower costs by simply cutting out the middleman. And also in the history, there had been like hacks of the databases, also in even big events like Olympics. And with the blockchain can also solve that problem very easily just by making it basically impossible to hack, but also to provide more transparency to all the stakeholders. In order to increase some fan engagement, blockchain enables clubs to create unique tokens for fan-related purposes. For example, merchandising, loyalty programs, and voting. And last but not least, we have like player and club participation, where many times they have the problem that athletes, clubs, or stadiums have like a lack of financial means. And also here you can use blockchain in a unique way to solve this problem by tokenizing them and making it basically possible for a broader range of the society to invest into specific clubs, stadiums, or athletes. And that's exactly what we are also trying to solve with the unit technology. We're going to enable, for example, let's like use the case to help Cristiano Ronaldo doing a Cristiano Ronaldo token. So he can issue his own tokens by using our technology, which is also linked to the sports industry token. And fans, for example, they can buy some of the token, hold it, keep it, and wait until, by a given supply and increased demand, you can see like that there will be some growth in the value of this token. So how do our goals look like? First, we would like to build up the whole unit sports core team, which will establish like a global sports industry community around the token. This sports industry core team will also hold semi-yearly conferences to more or less educate people also about the sports industry, and not only sports industry, but also around blockchain and cryptos. Also, we're going to launch or issue 100 million unit sports token as a currency for the global sports industry. And we all do this for a final goal, not only to attract sport entrepreneurs, but also enable them to launch their own tokens for their projects, and therefore, which sums up in a whole new way of our possible economy. How are we going to make this happen? So, as already mentioned, first we want to have like a unit sport core team of 200 members, which will represent the value. In the next step, we are about to launch our unit platform. It should be launched the next 2 to 3 weeks, which enables you to not only create your own tokens, but also to exchange them on our platform. Then we're going to have like a sports conference on the 2nd of November with 100 speakers on the topics sport, crypto, and blockchain. Also, what we are already currently doing is like offering a unit masterclass, which educate people about blockchain, cryptos, and it is completely for free. We want to establish also a unit masterclass only for the sports industry to make it more specific. Last but not least, the unit ecosystem covers 50 industries and 50 city tokens, and we would like to reach 10,000 members, but later on 100,000 or even millions at the end, to really revolutionize the way of economy. So what is in it for you? So first of all, just by only joining the community, you create with us a new ecosystem, which is more transparent, equal, and fair. Also, you can use this tokenization technology to reach your own financial goals in many ways. And last but not least, our values are linked to the UN Sustainable Goals, which are, for example, reducing of inequality, but also of poverty. And so simply just by joining our community, you're doing something green in some way. So thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you like this presentation. If you would like to have more information, you can reach out to me anytime, or also check out our website, Unit Network or Unit Foundation. In case you would like to participate as a speaker, the next World Sport Forum will be on the 2nd of November. Also here, you can reach out to me at any time. You will have like a 15 to 20 minute slot, and it's free for cost. So also you can participate voluntarily. So in case you're interested, reach out to me or use this QR code. And yeah, let's create a new economy together. Let's go. Thank you very much for tuning in.